They handed him the keys to the throne.
Don't you think it's time to relinquish your position as shaman, crone? Your grip on reality is tenuous at best. The time for your reign is over, crone. It's time for a new era. The others aren't as foolish as you, crone. Your name is whispered in reverence when discussing the next chief. I've made it clear, I won't be swayed. Who's going to force me? Take care of your body, little punk. You won't be needing it for much longer.
You're late, Yurik. Are you still under the shaman's spell? I won't rest until that fake is brought to justice.
I'll keep a close eye on you, Yurik, to ensure you're not being manipulated by that charlatan.
But even the bravest warriors know that the Sky Mountain Range is a behemoth, a challenge that strikes fear into the hearts of even the most seasoned hunters. The wind howls, a mournful cry that echoes through the valleys, a reminder of the dangers that lie ahead.
Oh.
The question hangs in the air, a challenge that only Yurik can answer. The silence is oppressive, a heavy weight that presses down on the group. But as they venture deeper into the unknown, the stakes are raised, and the cost of failure becomes all too clear. The silence is oppressive, a heavy weight that presses down on the group.
If you don't want to be left behind, you'd better be ready to run. If you don't want to be left behind, you'd better be ready to run.
The journey is far from over, and the next challenge is already on the horizon.
The cosmos shudder, as if the very fabric of existence trembles at the return of the shattered constellation. OCR.
A cryptic marks the spot where the mountains merge with the sky, a mysterious crossroads of ancient power.
The weight of brotherhood crushes him, a burden he never asked for.
The name brother is a constant reminder of the responsibility he's shouldering. Brother, I'll help you. A desperate cry in the darkness.
Fury erupts as he lashes out.
Sir Portugal. The hero of the story emerges, a champion who's been waiting in the wings.
At last, the real hero of the story, a figure of hope in a world gone mad.
He's not going down without a fight, a warrior's spirit that's both fierce and unyielding.
Yeah, and neither is Sir Portugal a champion who's both brave and noble.
This is going to be good. The excitement is palpable, the air thick with anticipation. He'll make a good present to His Imperial Majesty, a gift that's both precious and valuable.
Yeah, and I'm sure the Imperial Majesty will be just thrilled. A fate that's all too familiar. Did he intentionally target your helmet? His aim was precise like a surgeon's scalpel.
A mere barbarian? His ferocity is a far cry from the legend you painted.
No.
Come on, this is a disaster. Our people are suffering. We need to think strategically, come up with a new plan. Sir Portugal, we need your leadership now more than ever. A desperate cry for help echoes through the battlefield. Our situation is dire. Protect Sir Portugal. Fire at will. We need to hold our ground. Throw the rope. We need to create a diversion.
Return of the Broken Constellation. Click here to read this on.
Ardeo.
You think a mere toy can stand in my way? I'll annihilate it, and you with it.
They handed him a poisoned chalice, surrounded by an army of warriors with eyes as cold as the stone they stood on. His eyes widened as he took in the unfamiliar surroundings, the air thick with the scent of sweat and metal. Where is your tribe? The traveler's desperation was palpable, his eyes pleading for help.
Is that where your tribe is? The girl's brow furrowed in concern, her eyes narrowing as she studied the traveler's face.
This city's called Ankara, a place where people toil in the copper mines, their bodies worn down by the relentless labor.
Anuiai. Anuiai.
But anyway, where are you from, my man? What the hell are you saying? Your words are like a puzzle, a riddle that I'm struggling to solve. This cultural dynamic is a powder keg waiting to ignite. These Southerners think they're superior, don't they? Their condescending gazes are a dead giveaway. If they learn I'm from beyond the Sky Mountain range, their attitudes towards me might shift like the wind. What's going on here?
Is he trading that for liquor again?
It's not just a trade. It's a business deal with strings attached.
We need to be cautious. One misstep could be costly.
The conversation's starting to form, and it's getting interesting.
What's being said, I wonder?
The man's asking about the axe, and I think I know why. If you want that, you need a lot of... Welcome to the Ankara fight arena, where the strong survive and the weak are devoured.
The air is electric, the bloodlust is palpable.
Welcome to the Ankara fight arena, where the strong survive and the weak are devoured.
Smirk, well, he wouldn't understand me anyway.
Control, strength, the ultimate combination, but at what cost? Money makes the world go round, and here it's no different. Her crown is a lie. It's a noose, waiting to strangle her.
I'm a demon, born of divine blood. The weight of my heritage suffocates me.
Did I descend the mountain to be like this? To become a drunkard warrior?
What's going on in your head? I don't know, but I think it's time to worry.
You should be ashamed, Yurik, because you failed.
Portugal. Thought I'd never see it again after I killed someone. The gladiator says with a hint of nonchalance, you just gotta read the air today.
The sound of whispers carries on the wind, growing louder with each passing moment as the crowd's anxiety reaches a fever pitch.
I'll have to take into consideration the fact that he can't speak Imperial when pricing him, the gladiator says with a hint of calculation. You must be a newcomer slave gladiator, the opponent says with a hint of disdain, I'll teach you a lot.
The sound of a hollow wooden sword echoes through the arena, a stark reminder of the gravity of the situation.
A maelstrom of emotions erupts on her face, a kaleidoscope of rage and desperation. Come, let the battle begin, and may the strongest survive. Games, huh? I've wielded a blade since childhood, the weight of it a familiar comfort in my hand. I've wielded a blade since childhood, the weight of it a familiar comfort in my hand. Arg. The pain is all too real, a searing agony that refuses to subside. Don't need to see any more, the horror's too much to bear. You're mad, Yurik. What's gotten into you, to betray me like this? My dear friend, Yurik, please. Open your mouth, Yurik, and let the truth be heard.
I'll cut your tongue, a brutal warning to silence you.
The air thickened, suffocating us.
What's happening?
Arya's eyes locked onto the beast, her pupils dilating with terror. A misunderstanding? The beast was no ordinary creature. It was a monster, driven by primal instincts.
We'll leave now. Go? Where can we go?
You need to continue negotiating with me. Tor, let's talk this out. These gladiators are not pawns to be traded.
We're willing to make a deal.
You drive a hard bargain, Arya.
We're desperate.
And
I'll take care of this.
she's got spirit.
Horus Gladiator Troop, Yurik. Who's that?
A famous gladiator trainer.
Oh, I've heard of him. S2.
This is getting interesting. KW Mountain Stronghold.
What does it mean? Ardeo.
The dreams fraying at the edges, folks.
Fate's threads thrum like a harp string, plucking chaos from the void.
He should know better than to enter this den of predators.
Toy Dream, the warrior, has finally snapped.
The big guns are being summoned.
The throne shatters beneath their feet like a dropped bombshell.
They handed him the keys to the kingdom on the very day they planned to incinerate it.
Bloodlust seethes in the air, a palpable, acidic stench.
Not fear, but frenzied anticipation. This armor suffocates, weighing you down like an anchor.
It'll turn you into a sluggish, slow-moving target. The weight of his armor is slowing him down, but he refuses to yield.
He's not giving up, he's fighting with every ounce of strength he has. This is it, the final showdown. Sven's last stand, it's a fight to the finish.
Old man Sven's strategy is flawed. He's relying on brute force alone.
It's a desperate gamble, he's betting everything on a single move.
Yurik. He's unleashing the fury of the gods.
This is madness. He's courting disaster.
You majestic lunatic, Yurik.
Ha! He's doing it. He's actually doing it.
The crowd erupts in a frenzy.
Ha!
What's the story behind his loyalty?
I wonder what drove him to such devotion.
From what I heard, Horus saved his life when he was a drifter at sea, on the brink of death. Since then, Horus has been his guiding light. Where does one's soul go when they die? You're a civilized person, you must know the answer.
I wonder what they believe.
And if you haven't already, consider supporting us on Patreon. Your patronage means the world to us.
Thanks for being part of our community, we're grateful for your support. The tension in the air was thick enough to cut with a knife. Believe whatever you want, but don't expect the world to bend to your whims.
Easy for you to say, Arya, when you're not the one with the weight of the sky on your shoulders.
Bachman, the philosopher, always chasing the wind. Can he forge his own path, or will he get lost in the constellations?
Pressure's just fuel for the fire, but what happens when the flames engulf him?
Return to the constellation, where the strong are forged in the fire of adversity. But what if it's not a myth? What if it's reality, and Binahan is the key to unlocking it?
The stakes are higher than ever, and Binahan is right in the crosshairs, with the fate of the world hanging in the balance. And now, the unsuspecting gladiator about to be handed the keys.
To the match list, of course.
On the day the entire arena was about to incinerate from within, yours will be the last match, a final, fatal confrontation.
Your opponent is one of Baracal's slave gladiators, a formidable foe with a deadly reputation.
Me, I'll unleash a torrent of blood all.
Why would we fight? I'm just interested in the match list myself, a tantalizing puzzle to solve. A nameless gladiator looking for a way out, a desperate soul trapped in a living nightmare.
I kill you.
Perhaps I'm just trying to conserve my energy for
The real battle's ahead, the true test of strength and will. The real battle's ahead? What do you know about the...
I've witnessed the stakes, the tension, the fate hanging in the balance.
A single misstep, and the consequences will be catastrophic. A blood-chilling thought.
It's not just about winning, it's about survival.
5-on-1. The odds are stacked against him, and the crowd holds its collective breath.
Donovan, put him in the last match, it's his only chance. Wow, I didn't know our prized gladiator had a heart, a spark of humanity. There's no reason to shove him to take this near-suicidal route, no reason to risk it all.
The gladiator's resolve is a beacon of hope, the crowd's anticipation a palpable force.
I'll let him have it, he's got this. Mission. Cancel the match immediately, it's a recipe for disaster. Now I put you in a dangerous situation, one that could cost you everything.
The gladiator's plea is a desperate cry. The crowd's concern a palpable force. Your hesitation is a luxury I won't afford. I'll keep pushing, and you'll be forced to confront the consequences of your inaction.
You expect me to back down before I even give you a chance? That's rich, coming from someone who's been handed everything on a silver platter. System warning, unstable variables reaching catastrophic levels.
You're already at a loss, Arya. You're just too afraid to admit it.
He wasn't bluffing when he said he'd participated in a barbarian subjugation before. I can feel the weight of his experience bearing down on me.
I have to admit, he's not as weak as I thought. In fact, he's a force to be reckoned with. And that's when the real battle begins. The game's afoot, and I'm ready to upend the board. The air crackles with an electric tension, like a spark about to ignite. Fear seeps into every pore, a chilling presence that refuses to leave.
AVL echoes through the air, a haunting refrain that sends shivers down the spine.
The sound cuts through the silence like a cold blade.
Paya's eyes gleam with an intense, otherworldly light, a beacon in the darkness.
Kananga's power surges through the air, a primal force that awakens the senses.
A primordial force, stirring, its presence a reminder of the ancient and the unknown.
The stakes are higher than ever before, the consequences of choice and chance hanging precariously in the balance.
The heavenly demon can't live a normal life, its very existence a reminder of the impossible choices we face.
They handed him the keys to the kingdom.
These warriors are not ordinary fighters.
They are battle-hardened, forged in the crucible of combat.
By the way they wield their swords, they are seasoned veterans. Their skills are honed, their movements a dance of death. Numbers may be on their side, but it's a fragile advantage. He's attacking first, with a ferocity that takes his opponents by surprise.
Block it with the sword, and pray for the best. The clash of steel on steel echoes through the landscape. The killer instinct takes over.
Steel's durability is no joke. Palm KGH.
Tact.
Time to put theory into brutal practice. Poor guy. He thinks he can take me down. The hubris is almost palpable.
Confidence is written all over his face. This is going to be a clash for the ages.
He's throwing caution to the wind. Bring it on, amateur. The gauntlet has been thrown.
The die has been cast.
Time to put this fight to rest once and for all. I guess it's obvious, I'm the superior fighter. The outcome is all but certain.
The crowd is on the edge of their seats, holding their collective breath.
I love this, the thrill of victory is exhilarating. Smirk.
The tension is palpable. The air is thick with anticipation.
It's going to be a wild ride, every moment counts. Time to show him what a real warrior looks like, the final reckoning is at hand.
Yurik's eyes blaze with a fierce intensity, his gaze piercing the crowd like a hot knife through butter.
You think you can take me down, huh?
The beast stirs, its power awakening like a tempest.
The stage is set for a spectacle that will leave the audience breathless and begging for more.
The gladiators prepare for battle, their muscles tensed and ready to strike.
I'm the main attraction now, the star of the show that everyone's been waiting for.
What's the secret to your success? You're a natural-born performer.
A winning combination of skill and showmanship, that's the key to my success.
The Horus Troupe is known for its dazzling performances, a perfect blend of art and entertainment that leaves the audience gasping.
The anticipation is almost unbearable, a palpable thing that hangs in the air like a challenge.
What's the next move? The crowd is on the edge of their seats, waiting with bated breath.
In the shadow of Mountain Fortress, where valor and recklessness converge.
What kind of calamity is coming, system, and will we survive to witness it?
The world teeters on the edge of chaos, as the threads of destiny begin to fray. The chance to go to the hill of the old man's wisdom.
Is it too late to turn back?
I have to know the truth. Her words hung in the air like a challenge, a stark contrast to the hopelessness that had consumed him. Her eyes flashed with defiance, a spark that ignited a fire within me.
What about your homeland? Don't you have family, friends who need you?
Her gaze pierced mine, a challenge that I couldn't ignore.
I lost everything, my home, my family, my future.
The tide of battle was turning, and I could feel the weight of our chances slipping away.
To the east, the enemy's forces were gathering, a dark and ominous presence that threatened to engulf us. Even a dark brown is better than black, isn't it?
Her voice cracked with emotion, a raw and honest expression of her feelings.
Black eyes, good ones. It's such a sob story, I almost want to cry.
Your choice was foolish, indeed. The NC, a place of myth and mystery, a destination that few have dared to venture.
The NC is just a cliff, a precipice that threatens to plunge us into the unknown.
I don't care about the land in the east or the world's edge. In fact, I doubt its very existence.
The arrogance of the blind, who refuse to see the truth.
The weight of history bears down upon us, a crushing burden that threatens to break our spirits.
The land's secrets are hidden behind a veil of mystery, a labyrinth of ancient knowledge waiting to be unlocked.
KGH.
The call of adventure beckons, a siren's song that draws us closer to the abyss.
YR. The winds of change howl through the void, a clarion call to those who would dare to challenge the unknown.
The heavenly demon can't live a normal life, bound by fate as it is, a prisoner of its own making. They handed him the keys to the arena on the day they planned to unleash the most ruthless gladiator the world had ever seen.
That's my champion. I've trained him to be unbeatable, to slaughter his opponents with precision and ferocity.
Arya grasped Magdi's arm, her voice laced with desperation. Don't embarrass me, Magdi.
Feeding a starving lion is one thing, but throwing a champion into the arena is like adding fuel to a raging inferno. Will you be watching the match, or are you too busy indulging in your own hunger?
Arar, who cares about the fate of Donovan? I'm hungry, and the smell of blood is making my stomach growl.
You're just a spectator, a mere bystander in this blood-soaked arena.
The gladiator is ready, his muscles tensed, his eyes fixed on the opponent.
The crowd is on their feet, their voices a deafening roar, the music a pulsating rhythm that drives the chaos forward.
Why don't you tell us about yourself? Where are you from? Just think that you fell from the sky like a meteorite, and what does it matter?
The troop leader's curiosity is piqued, like a predator sensing prey.
Ha! A barbarian who doesn't know much about the world? You're not exactly the most refined individual, are you?
That same barbarian is standing in the same position as Donovan after just 3 months, a testament to their unyielding spirit.
Sun God Ru, would it be alright if I kept this barbarian with me? Should I probably donate to the clergy when we arrive in the...
The sound of crickets fills the air, a soothing melody that belies the tension. Return of the Broken Constellation. Click here to read this on Anna's enigmatic phrase, Shing, Ru Toy Dream, hung in the air like a riddle.
Wow. That's right, in a completely nonsensical way.
I'm starting to think this is some kind of cruel joke, and I'm not laughing.
Wake up, Horace. It's time to face reality.
What kind of bandits attack a gladiator troop? This is no ordinary ambush.
I need to adapt to the darkness, step by step.
Without Horus, the gladiator troop will be doomed. His safety is my top priority.
Horace.
Kook.
Ugh. God, what's going on?
When did this start? Let me take a look.
Cuff.
I'm not sure what's happening, but I'm not doing anything to help.
Listen to me, Horus. We need to get out of here now.
Snap out of it, Horus. Listen to me. T.
The Stone Axe tribe's battle cry still resonates within my bones.
Will they triumph or fall?
The ferocity of battle still etched on their weathered faces.
What's their next strike?
The tribe's unyielding determination ignites a fire within me. Uruk, the leader of the Stone Axe tribe, emerges from the darkness, his eyes blazing with fury.
I, Uruk of Stone Axe tribe, will not be silenced.
A fierce determination burns within him, a fire that cannot be extinguished. The fate of the world hangs in the balance, a delicate scale that tips precariously.
A battle to be won, a war that will determine the course of history.
Horus, the chosen one, steps forward, his heart pounding with anticipation.
The heavenly demon cannot live an ordinary life, fate has other plans. A fate that's been ordained, one that cannot be changed.
Horus's heart pounds with anticipation, a drumbeat that signals the start of a new journey.